Most people think that if you're an online student, getting research experience is almost impossible. And while that is true in some cases, some labs do require, an in-person presence, there are still ways to get into research labs as an online student, and after all, I did that. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I did it, step by step. Now, if you haven't seen my other video about all the ways to get into research labs, go check it out, and I will link it somewhere on the screen. But in this video, I'm going to talk about how I actually applied those strategies to land myself a research assistant position while being an online student. Now, the best way is if you already have a connection to a faculty member. It may actually help you get accepted even into a PhD program if you apply into the same school. But if you don't have that, like me, I didn't have that, the first thing you need to do is make sure to find all the research labs that are in that university that you're going to. So I actually want to show it to you exactly what I did. Now, this was the first and the most important step. You go onto the university that you're going to, so Arizona State University, specifically to the college that you're part of. So for me, it's New College of Interdisciplinary Arts and Sciences. You can go into research, so research opportunities, and everything else. And I know this link that I just looked up, Centers, Labs, and Initiatives. Research. And here's a list of all of the research labs that are on this website, at least, but all of them are part of Arizona State University. Now, after this step, please do not start just sending a generic email to all of those labs saying whether they will take you in. Believe me, on the other side, they can see whether you put in the effort or whether you're genuine about joining their lab. And think about it, you're probably not the only student who will reach out via email, so you have to make sure you stand out from everybody else. So I'd strongly recommend going onto that lab's website, reading through their purpose of what they're studying, what they're looking to find. Try to see whether it resonates with you and whether the topics are of interest to you. Make sure to read through their latest articles and publications. And then using all of that information, make that a strong backbone to your email. And yes, you will need to do that for every single lab, and you do need to put that much more research into it. They are much more likely to accept you as a research assistant when they see this drive, when they see this hunger, that you really know what you're doing, that you have put in the effort to be part of that group, that you're not just going to do it because you know you need a publication or you know you need some experience. You actually care about the topic. Now, if it's easier and you want to see the email template that I use, just comment it down below and I will send it to you. Okay, so just like that, I looked through all of those labs and I chose about 10 labs that I could see myself being interested in their materials, and I ended up sending an email. Funnily enough, I actually emailed them even before I applied to the master's program because I knew that not everybody's going to get back to me. Maybe all the 10 labs that I emailed don't even care. Maybe they're not looking for anybody, or maybe they do just later and it will take months for them to get back to me. So as soon as you know you want to be part of a research lab, start doing this background research and start emailing. Now, out of those 10 labs that I actually sent the email, like I just said, some took only a few days to respond, some took weeks, some actually never responded. And if that is ever the case, I do want to say, don't be afraid to follow up. They are busy people. They're probably running a lab of, 10, 15 more people while teaching courses. Your email might have just gotten lost. Do follow up. Do state it again why you would be a great candidate to join their lab. Now, some may say, hey, your resume, your background looks great, but we're just not looking for anybody right now. Do reach out at the beginning of the next semester. So let's say out of those 10 labs, maybe 3 or 4 actually responded and 1 actually took me in. If you feel like you've been doing it for longer and nobody's responding to you, maybe make your pool more broader. So those labs that I showed you, the reason why I mentioned that they're part of Arizona State University, but they're not all of the labs that are part of ASU. I did mention more ways in my other video of how to find more labs to be able to do that research in. So, what are the things I am doing as the research assistant for that lab? It's going to be a lot of reading of literature reviews and academic papers, so make sure you know how to do that. You might need to write, help them write the research proposal or help them edit their article. or manuscript or give feedback on a research paper. You might do some coding exercises, or you might do help, organize and analyze data. So make sure you also know how to use R, or if you don't, make sure you start learning how to do that. Another thing you need to know about the research labs that I gathered from my conversations with other research students and other faculty members is that different labs are organized and run differently. Some professors like to have everybody participate on every project. That way everybody gets a publishing. But in other case, so for me, I was paired with a graduate student, a PhD student, and I'm helping them specifically. So anything they need, whatever project they're working on, I'm going to be helping. Do keep in mind that some research projects take from 6 months to a year to 2 years before they start working on the final paper. So if that is your goal, do apply to the research labs as soon as possible. I also want to quickly share some other ways to find a research lab, an opportunity that I wish I knew. So one, just like you saw me look up a research lab list, you can also look up all the faculty. And most faculties at a university, they actually do research. So even if that lab is not part of those labs, you can still find it by looking up faculty members. And not every faculty member is going to teach. So that's another thing to keep in mind. Some people only do research, so you will only be able to find them that way. And one more, the most important thing that just blew my mind that I had no idea about. I learned this from a professor that I'm now working with. You don't actually have to be part of the university that you're going to be helping with research. So if you're part of a small online university and perhaps they don't even offer research to be a part of, you can still reach out to the universities in your actual area that you can go to in person and ask to volunteer and help with their research. I did not know it was possible. I thought you absolutely have to be part of that university, and probably for some universities that is true. But I was told that actually a few people do it that way. So go ahead and try it. It might actually work. I hope now you see that getting into a research lab, even as an online student, is definitely possible. You just have to approach it a little differently. If you still have any lingering questions about how to get in, or what you're going to be doing once you get in, or you want to see that exact email template that I used, just comment it down below and I will send it to you or answer any of those questions for you. I hope this video was helpful. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.